Hi, everyone, and welcome to Rise of the Runelords on Dead Aussie channel, which we're now streaming to. And yeah, we're playing this. It's a Pathfinder. Originally was made for Pathfinder First Edition, but we are now getting to play it in Pathfinder Second Edition, the new rule set that's currently out, and you should go check it out. But we were off last week, and now we're gonna hop back into it. So I'm going to toss it over to my amazing players who can tell you what they're doing, what their characters are thinking about, and yeah. So to start the morning off right, I'm going to throw it over to the amazing Dawn. How you doing this morning?
Hey, I'm doing good. Hi, folks. I play Nexon, who is the gnome Stitch Witch of the party. And Nexon is very intrigued to find out who these footprints belong to that we've discovered.
It's very good. I am Becca Godsey. I play Rain, our Alcise Moose character, and also very concerned. Turns out we're just a very concerned party.
And hi, I'm play Scarlett, the Elven cleric mistress, and I think I forgot where we were last time. If anyone wants to catch me up, we were in the cave, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. We were in the cave.
And we found a way out.
We found a way to go. I don't know if it's a way out yet.
Okay.
And hi guys, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. I play the role of Malvolo and Collodi. Malvolo being, of course, our human inventor, and Collodi being his puppet companion, who's a bit of a jerk. Right now, Collodi has deployed. What do we call him? Pinchy Collodi? Or Krabby Collodi, something like that. This is a little tiny
Krabby Collodi,
tiny little crab version of Collodi who has gone out and started exploring. Malvolo is also concerned, but I feel like that's just been his natural state of being. Like, he was concerned before being concerned became the cool thing to do. Apologies for, of course, our dear friend AJ, who is unavailable to come today. She would otherwise be playing the role of Cecilia, our catfolk investigator. We wish her all the best, and we'll hopefully see her very soon. Take it away, Jared.
Pussies. And yeah, thank you very much to everyone being here in this very early morning, and thank you very much to chat who gets to hang out with us. And speaking about chat, there's actually a number of ways our chat, our lovely chat, can interact with us as we kind of play through this game. And if you see chat, usually there's a little link box. But if you're just listening to my lovely voice, I will tell you what you can do. So for a $5 donation, which we greatly appreciate, you can award a player a hero point. Currently, Rain, I think everyone has like hero points, which is pretty awesome. They get to do really cool things. And Michael saved up a bunch, and that's how he made Krabby Collodi. So for a $10 donation, this one's really cool. You could grant someone a sin boon. And that's a magical ability that we've used a number of times, and it's come out like aces all the time. It changes the course of the game dramatically. For a $20 donation, this one's really powerful. You give someone a nat 20 and they don't have to roll. They just go, I'm using this, and boom, whatever I need to pass, I pass. And that's pretty awesome. And for $50, which is the grand mythic power, we create a magical mythical boon, or an ally shows up. Currently, we have a few of those. I believe Nexon has the coolest one, which is a magical life rope, which she's used a number of times, and it's coming into play, and it's pretty cool. So with all of that being said, why don't I just jump into the recap so that we all could get on the page. The party had survived a terrible snowstorm after fighting a number of bullets. If I'm saying that name wrong, I apologize. There was a hole that they kind of erupted from. The rest of the party rushed to the hole, jumped in. Sadly, at the last moment, Collodi couldn't make it, and the snow wiped them out. But using their skills and their magical capabilities, they were able to tell Collodi, hey, come down the hole. As they were down the hole, they did notice that this was actually carved out area. Rain did a little exploration and was able to find that my phone is secretly going off. Sorry. I apologize for that. I thought I turned my alarm off. I did not.
I feel like that's a nat 20 for each of the player members, as the GM has forgotten to take off their phone. Just throwing that one out there.
I'll give everyone a hero point.
No,
Oh,
you don't.
please.
So where were we? Oh, Rain down the hole. Found a dead dwarf skeleton and a mithril pickaxe. So that was pretty fancy.
Mhm.
Also realized they also found what is it called? Like the mining carts, but just the tracks. Collodi came down the hole after everyone took a long rest. Collodi came down the hole, and Marvolo then turned them into Krabby Collodi. And they kind of been following Krabby Collodi. Collodi scouts out, and then they kind of follow up like behind, making sure everything is safe. At this point, Collodi got to a place, and this massive shadow loomed overhead. And that was the last thing we did. And that's where we will pick up. So as Krabby Collodi comes down this corridor, this massive shadow kind of fully covers Collodi. Collodi had like the bright lights where its eyes should be, and it dims. Looking up, Collodi turns and sees this massive ogre just slumping around, just do, 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 do. And then it walks over, dragging its knuckles on the floor to a wall, completely passing Collodi, and just starts to hammer into the wall with what looks like a pickaxe, but obviously not built for ogre size. It's kind of like a little chisel in their hand, and it's just hammering it, and that's you hear this clinking sound. And as Collodi moves deeper in, that clinkety sound gets louder and louder, and now Collodi looks around, and there's just ogres mining this entire area, and it goes deeper and deeper back. Looking at the ogres, Collodi, you scan them over very quickly, and you realize they just have lash marks all over their body. Their hands are bleeding. For ogres, they look malnourished, like they're skinny. Their skin is kind of like hanging off their body. Not like in the zombie way where it's like slopping, but just like they've lost a lot of weight. And one of the ogres is mining, and then it just falls like a tree. And the rest of the party hears this in the back. It actually vibrates and echoes through the tunnels. So as it gets to you, it's a loud thud sound, but it's an echo of the sound. And then another ogre just steps over this one and just starts to mine that same spot.
Does anybody else hear that?
Collodi turns and says, oh wait, so could Collodi communicate with the crab thing?
Yes. Collodi has they're on the same AM
Same radio signal.
Frequency.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. I can kind of see out of the little crabby Collodi there, and what he sees is like these giant like ogres, and they seem to be working on the I don't know, they're like chopping into the stone, mining maybe. I can't see too much about it. They haven't noticed me yet, but that's where all them noise is coming from.
Oh. Do they seem like a threat?
Do they seem like a threat?
They seem to be enthralled in their task at hand.
They don't seem to be paying attention to much else. Let me try something here. Doink.
Pinching one of the ogres on the tuchus, little Krabby Collodi pulls its arms back, and all the ogre does is just keep hitting into that mining rock.
Yeah, no, it don't look like they're paying much attention to anything else.
Okay. So maybe if we just walk quietly past, they won't be bothered by us. If they're working, maybe. I don't really know too much about them.
But we're considerably bigger than Kolodi.
That's true.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
mean-
But I kind of stuck him in the ass just then with the little pinchy thing, and he didn't seem to mind all that much.
Then
Footsteps.
let's send someone to try and pass them, not me, and see what happens.
The footprints we found, were those ogre or orc?
They are, as you look at them, and you're now like Nexon like doubles back a little bit just to get a better view, and you do your two hands and you're like measuring it out. You're like, oh, that's definitely ogre. They
Okay.
large, nondescript, and now that like it makes sense that maybe the way the imprint of the foot was kind of threw you for a loop, but it's definitely ogre.
I mean, I can make somebody invisible if we want to go that route, but I can't make us all.
I volunteer for being invisible.
Oh, so you want to be invisible and see if you can get through there?
As long as I'm invisible, yeah, sure.
Oh, I guess.
So
Yeah.
So-
Why not?
So I understand how the plan works, but the absolute jerk in me is kind of like hoping that Nexon just pretends to cast invisibility and is like, "You're invisible. Now go. You'll be fine." It's like, but I can still see myself. Yeah, that's how the spell works. And it just walks in, flipping everyone off.
No, Scarlet hasn't pissed Nexon off.
Note to self: never piss Nexon off.
Yeah,
Got it.
right.
Yeah, Nexon kind of is a little taken aback, not really expecting Scarlet to have agreed. But she starts pulling out her thread and makes the cat's cradle and pulls it down around Scarlet and casts invisibility.
And I say, "All right, let's go." And I just walk towards the route where the ogres are.
Yep, not a problem. As you make your way, Scarlet, down the road.
Oh, wait, just before, I'd like to go in front of Cecilia
Okay,
and just...
do a little middle finger dance.
Right.
and then just pull on her tail real quick and then leave.
She like jumps back, trying to figure out what's happening, and then you everyone can hear your footprints go off down into the tunnel. Yeah. So you're going, as I understand, you're kind of just going ahead of everyone, or is the party going to wait here? You go see what's up and then come back.
Oh no, I'm telling everyone to follow me.
Okay, so
But-
everyone's going to like follow
As you
behind
wish,
you.
as you wish. You can not follow me or...
I will follow. Just
Okay.
a lot more cautiously, and I'm crouching down for some reason. Like, I know the tunnel's not getting smaller, but for some reason I think it's a smarter idea just to make myself look a little smaller. So Rain is going to crouch down a lot more and kind of just try her best to tiptoe, following where she thinks Scarlet has gone.
I like that. So heading down the path, following where your best guess of kind of where Scarlet's going, heading down into that direction. I guess the rest of the party is also crouching and following behind Rain at this point.
And also, I slowly wait for Rain to pass me and then get behind Rain.
So me, thinking that I'm following you, I'm moving pretty quickly through this tunnel. I kind of look back. Is anybody else? Do I see, I guess, anybody else behind me?
Yeah, Nexon will be kind of trying to stay in Rain's like shadow essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Malvolo is going to be trying to hide in Nexon's shadow. Um, Collodi's probably walking next to Rain, quite confidently. Like he's just it's like yeah, it's like I don't know why you all scared of the dark. It's fine. I mean, what's the worst that we can find here? Some giants that we've killed before. We'll be fine. Oh, I gotta be quiet. Shh, I gotta just don't worry. I got this. He takes off his mouth, which he hasn't done in a while, and he puts it in his pocket.
I like that. So heading down at this point, Kirby Clody kind of still holding their position. You move down, and I guess at this point, Rain is now taking point, and you kind of come across. As you go, you're crouching down, and the walls at this point start widening up, as if it's been dug out some more. You move through the tunnels swiftly, and you kind of stop because now you can hear the pick sounds and the digging very loudly. It's no longer that echo. It's been about maybe an hour's worth of travel time. As you come up into this area, you look out and you could just see ogres, about 12 of them, all just lined up on the walls, all of them holding buckets and just, chiseling away at the walls. Every so often, one of them will bend down, pick up a large stone, or obviously some kind of mineral, put it in their bucket, and they just keep going. This is also where the tracks end for that dwarven mining area. They seem to have been ripped up and like shredded almost, as if something had come through here and destroyed them. Rain, please make a perception check.
Okay. Boom. 34.
Oh, okay. As your eyes adjust to the light and you move forward, you see something that horrifies you. On each one of these ogres, they are bound in manacles, but additionally scarred onto the back of their bald heads is that rune of enslavement.
Rain just freezes in her tracks as soon as she notices that rune on their heads.
And I bump into Rain because she...
It startles her. What the? I thought you were in front of me.
I'm not there, and I just
Pitter patter away. Oh, no. Shh. And she's going to kind of gesture to everyone to huddle close very quick. And she's going to lean down and kind of just reach out to the air, thinking where she thinks Scarlet is, and kind of like bringing her in and putting her other arm around Nexon, like prepping this little huddle. I don't know if I'm actually getting you, but I'm holding my arm out in the air where I think you would be.
I'm gonna see that and just slither into place.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Just so everyone notices real quick, I don't think they're here mining on their own. Like, I don't think this is what they do. I think they're forced to be here. I mean, obviously the manacles are a pretty good giveaway, but if you look higher up, carved into their heads, there's that rune. I don't think they have any say to be here. They're enslaved.
Should we just scalp them one by one? No, that's not a good idea, sorry. They'll probably die if we do that.
I mean, I wonder if it's Lucretia.
It's gotta be her.
I agree. It's most likely.
Looking up, what does it seem? Can I tell what it is that they're like gathering?
Yes. As you like look around and you kind of come up, how can I describe this? Oh, okay. So, um,
Giving
you get the
Jared.
heebie-jeeb.
Oh, I was gonna say, giving Jared a little bit of time to think about how to describe the next scene. I'd like to take a very quick moment to thank everyone who participated in our level 2 hype train earlier on. I just kind of wanted to let the scene play out, but thank you so much to all of the kind people who donated bit. Hester TM, Laura Bones for the subscriptions, Paulie, Hedron, thank you so much. Noria Rick, as always, it is wonderful to have your all support. And in addition, we have Kalindria, who has donated a $10 boon for a sin boon of gluttony to be given to Jared for use in today's game. So thank you so much for your support and your love. You're awesome. Yay.
Thank you very much. That's awesome. And now I will use it at the right time, and that's specifically to make my players want to do gluttonous things.
Man.
So, Nexon, you look around and you start to feel up on the walls, and you get the heebie-jeebies as you're feeling the walls. Your fingers come over some of like the pick marks and the scowled wall, and you pick out a little piece of dark gray alloy. You hold it up, and it's a small sliver, and you're holding it up, and it is a valuable sky metal, and it shimmers similarly to that of the pickaxe that Rain had found, and it's adamantite. The reason why it seems important is Morvolo would know this, as he is one of the older scholars of the area, but adamantite was associated with transmutation magic and greed, and it was one of the most sought after valuable sky metals in the Greed Thessalonian Empire.
Yeah, I think this definitely seems to point towards Lucretia. I wonder if we can just kind of sneak by them if they're so, focused on their task.
That should be it. As long as we don't pose any threat or disrupt them, then maybe we'll be okay because it won't trigger any other response or warning. But I do worry that if we do anything that triggers an alarm, that even if they don't want to, they would become our enemy. And they don't deserve that.
Let's try it. And I say that and I startle everyone because I think
Okay,
you
there.
weren't expecting me.
Malvolo lets out a girlish scream as he jumps into the air. He then says, well, I mean, if it also is the same to everyone else, I would like to remind everyone that the ogres that we encountered in the forest, who had made this, and he pulls out the bone chime that he stole from the window, made of human bones. He says the people who made these gorish, morbid trinkets and the furniture out of people. I mean, I think even if they weren't being controlled for labor, they would probably still be our enemy anyway.
Yeah. So let's go. Let's try it. Worst case scenario, just run.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Worst case.
Yeah, we'll run, and I guess also, keep your guard up.
That's a good idea. And next, and if we do have to run, feel free. Jump on.
Oh, I certainly will.
Okay. All right. I guess, as before, without knowing it, I'll go first. And Rain will take a deep breath. And she will again begin to kind of tiptoe, being very aware of where her footing goes, making sure she's not slipping or making too much noise, going at a very soft, steady pace, almost trying to match the clinks as they hit the walls, trying to mine, syncing that up to, to kind of minimize any extra sound and mask it. It'll be
I like
fine.
that.
It'll be fine. It's okay. It's okay. Just
And-
quietly whispering to herself to keep her calm.
And behind her, you can hear the heels of my boots just go.
It'll be the dead giveaway.
Traveling forward, moving into this area, having Rain trying to be as polite and quiet as possible. You move past your first section or the first ogre, and you kind of shimmy past it, and its hands are calloused, its feet are just red and raw and bleeding from standing and stepping into. You could see shards of stone sticking out of their heels, and as if they've just been marching for days. The smell is atrocious. As you start to pass by them, their lips are cracked with dehydration. Their eyes are bulging and red with obviously a lack of sleep. And they do not seemingly care that you're in this area. As you take a few more steps past this one, a tiny scuttling little crab kind of pokes its head out and is now staring at you. You can see its two red eyes, and Collodi, it's crab Collodi, Robo Crab. It's Kingler.
Pinchy Collodi.
Pinchy Collodi.
You watch as Collodi picks up the tiny crab version of him, which, for visuals, basically is a Collodi head with little kind of crab feet with two tiny little mechanical clockwork pincers. And you watch as Collodi reattaches his own mouth and then proceeds to eat crabby little Pinchy Collodi and just...
The heck?
Oh.
You don't even need to eat. Why are you doing that?
That was really gross.
What? It was part of me in the first place.
What?
I mean, you eat to put minerals and things in your body. I don't see why I can't.
I don't think it works that way for you. I don't think that is supposed to happen that way. Also, did anybody else notice its eyes were red?
Oh yeah, that wasn't normal.
That doesn't seem like the normal thing. You know how we mentioned earlier, don't do anything alarming? Maybe that was the alarm that you weren't supposed to trigger?
Oh.
Oh my god.
Blech.
Okay, well, maybe it will just mistake Collodi as another crab, and it won't trigger anything, and it will be okay. I hope.
Next,
So now
it's just gonna real quickly cast Detect Magic, looking at Collodi and Pinchy Collodi.
And without saying anything, I'm gonna grab Pinchy Collodi with my glove so I don't touch the weird spit and make it fly. And you guys are gonna think that it's flying.
It's it's definitely been chewed upon, and like one of its eyes is like dangling, like one of its claws is missing. It's basically just been in a compactor for like a few seconds. As it sort of floats in the air, it's like
So as Nexon, as you detect magic, you realize that it actually Pinchy Collodi had some of that adamantite get into it, like the adamantite dust from that they were mining, and it's messing with its wirings because it has that natural transmutation magic based around it. And Pinchy Collodi just had some of that in its wiring, so it wasn't doing too well.
Right. And I'm guessing I also see the like invisibility Scarlet.
Oh yeah, there would be an outline of like invisibility magic of Scarlet as she's like running by holding like Pinchy Collodi over her head.
Well, besides Scarlet, trying to scare us all. It seems like Clody just got some of the adamantine dust in him, so think he's all right.
Then let's continue on, but everyone be on high alert. And as always, be ready to run. I think we're a bit out of our element. How many are there? Are we outnumbered technically?
There is 10 in here that you could visibly see.
10?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Kalodi says, "Okay, on alert. I got it." He flicks out his chainsaw arms, but he doesn't start them up.
Just stabbing them as he runs past.
Yeah, as he sort of moves forward, he's like he you can hear him making the noise like very quietly, like as he's just tiptoeing.
Just saying it in his head.
No, he's saying it out loud.
Oh, he's saying it out loud? Nice.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Just whispering it. Yeah.
Amazing. As you move past these sections, it's large, right? Because ogres are large. They dwarf everything. And again, as you keep going, you keep moving further back, you see one of the ogres suddenly jerk and turn and now face the group, and it picks up 2 large buckets and it starts to lumber towards everyone. One of its eyes is clearly infected. It's red, bright red. Mucus is leaking out of it. The other one is bloodshot, and it's just moving towards the group, lumbering. Just doof, doof, doof.
I'll move against the wall to
kind of pull on. Yeah. And pull on Rain to be like, get out of the way, get out of the way.
Oh, because I was looking at the ground and everything else. So I'm just gonna quickly kind of lean against the wall, kind of like in Emperor's New Groove with Kronk. Make his own soundtrack music.
Squeaky squeak.
Squeaky
squeak.
Kalodi will do the same as he kind of like places himself and just
as it lumbers, it keeps lumbering forward. You see it going, and then it gets maybe 45, 50 feet away from the group. And it comes up against a wall. Like there is a dead end at this point, and everyone's like now looking at this dead end. And it puts the buckets down, reaches up with its big arms, pushes on a rock, slides the rock away, and a rush of freezing cold air whips into the cavern. You can see snow kind of like falls up against it. The ogre picks the buckets up, moves forward, puts them down, closes the door, and leaves your vision.
Okay, everyone saw that? Still like pressed against the wall.
Yeah, I think we need to go through there.
Okay, all right, we'll just have to time it right that when he puts the buckets down, we're going to have to rush through. And if we have to do this in 2 sections, we will, but at least it looks like they're pretty consistent with getting these buckets out. So who wants to for sure be part of Group A?
Me.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I was also just gonna say, can't we just push the stone and make our way out on our own?
I guess we could. I don't know why it never occurred to Rain to do that, but it was. I guess I didn't want to trigger any alarms or ruin any rhythm.
I mean, they seem kind of a bit oblivious, so.
That's true. Okay. Yeah, that seems like the safer idea. Let's do that instead. I'm gonna make my way over to the door.
Making your way over to the giant stone door. At this point, you realize it's more or less like a stone door that wheels back and forth. It's been worked, so it's like a giant stone wheel. Why does the word stone wheel seem so hard to say? And you get to this area and it's cold. if you listen very hard, you can hear the wind whipping outside. Put your hands up on the freezing stone rock and you start to turn it. Oh, it's so difficult. Give me an athletics check.
Oh no.
Oh, I quickly reach into my pouch, and I pull out this small thing of iron, and I start to, and I like sort of reform it like a jigsaw puzzle into a crowbar.
Ooh.
And I'll hand Rain my poly tool or my traveler's any tool.
Well, I rolled a
Nice.
34.
I put my. Never mind.
Who needed that?
Just hold on to it for later. You never know.
Rain, as you're turning it and slowly moving it, you know, it's heavy. It's very heavy. And you start to turn it, and suddenly it starts to turn much quicker than you were expecting. And you realize someone is coming in. You know, like when you open the door and someone opens it at the same time. That's kind of what you guys are doing at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna take a step back really quick into like right by the door frame.
As you take the step back, a lumbering figure appears. It's not the same ogre. It's clearly someone different. And they come waddling in, and they are holding like an empty bucket and a pickaxe, and they come waddling in, and they now go up to where that original ogre was, and they start to chisel away. As the door opens fully, sunlight is now coming in, as it's probably mid-morning, but because you're so high up in the mountains, the sun is also semi-setting at the same point. Wind is just rushing around, and the ogre comes in, takes its spot, and puts its tools down and starts to lumber back towards where you guys are, as if it's going to close the door. It did not notice that you were opening it, but it's definitely going to try and close it.
Oh, I'm going to let it close because I think it's gonna bother it if I try to stop it. Unless anyone wants to try to slip through.
I, Malvolo, and Kalodi will try to slip through.
Yeah, Nexon was gonna try and
Go.
Yeah.
We all wedge in and just crunch.
I don't trust my big antlers to get through here. It's quickly.
So-
I probably need the whole door frame.
Yeah, that's true.
So as the ogre comes waddling over and takes two massive hands, start to close it, the smaller of the group kind of slip through the cracks. Give me a reflex save for that small group to like quickly get through without having to have someone jumping to save everyone.
Ooh.
Oh, very good. Everyone did fairly well. Okay, wonderful. Marvolo, you're the last to kind of slide through, and you make eye contact with Rain as the door comes to a shut. And you're now standing on a cliffside. It's a very large single path, and you look down and you're up the mountain, and you are looking down into a cliff at this point.
Malvolo waves his arms. He's like, oh. Okay. All right, we're up a mountain. Why am I up a mountain? This is... Oh, okay, and Rain is on the other side. Is the path big enough for Rain?
Yes, it's large enough for ogres to traverse,
Okay.
but it's just wide enough for them to like walk single file.
Yeah, as note, I am not bigger than an ogre, so
I mean...
if anyone's curious.
All right. I look around and see which way the ogre would likely have gone. Like when he came out this way.
Oh, it kind of just goes up at this point.
Okay. All right. Scarlet, are you here?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was really way close to you.
Yeah.
So I started again.
Personal space. Okay, Rain's on the other side. She might be strong enough to lift this, but I think maybe we should maybe try helping. I'm gonna make the the crowbar again. I'm gonna put it in. It's like, quick, give me a hand. And then Malvolo and Kalodi are gonna. I'm gonna actually make a crowbar that's quite long, so it's like it's almost like a 10-foot pole with the crowbar leverage, and I'm gonna try and pull back on this big metal pole to try and slide the boulder out of the way.
Sure. Make a Nexon.
Oh, just while they're doing that, Nixon's going to pull out a string and cast message to Rain to just say, we're trying to get the door open on offside, but go for it.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get that door open then. 28.
So the combined effort of Marvolo, Kalodi, Giant Crowbar, and Rain, the door actually slides very easily and very quickly to the left. Hitting an ice patch, it slips and falls off of its rudder. And with the 28 and the large numbers, and it slips, falls off of its rudder, and you hear dum, 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 as it falls down the side of the mountain, flopping head, over like a giant stone coin, and then lands about 200-300 feet down.
I look down, and then I just look at Rain, and then I just go, shh.
Well, maybe they won't notice, and that's not the first time the doors come off.
Oh! I have an idea. Nexon, do you have any fabric?
Some scraps.
That'll do fine. I'm gonna take out some glue, and I'm gonna use the fabrics. And what I want to do is I want to try and craft a fake wall.
Okay.
Just very quickly, like get some dirt, make it look like a boulder, and then when the giants come here, they're gonna lean out and fall off the ledge.
Probably. Actually, that's a good chance of that.
Yes. It's a trap.
While he's doing that, can I lay on my stomach and peek over the edge?
Yes. 37. It looks very legit.
It's like a Looney Tune wall, like the painting.
That's what it is. Marvolo did the Road Runner. I'm gonna paint a tunnel, go through it.
Meep, meep.
Rain, as you scurry on your belly and look over the edge, it is a sheer cliff going down. But what's interesting is you realize as you look over, there are other smaller or equal-sized juts coming out this cliff size, as if they're multiple tunnels of people mining.
Can I see where they are taking their buckets to?
All of them seem to kind of head up into another, like they go upwards towards the top of the mountain, and then again just stop at a dead end. Yours, as everyone is standing on this ledge, kind of follow upwards, and you could see the footprints of that first ogre that left with their bucket.
And this is the only pathway anyway for us, really.
I mean, you guys could like Donkey Kong climb down the mountain.
Yeah, we could try that.
Definitely could.
When you say Donkey Kong down the mountain, all I think is put someone in a barrel and then roll them down.
That's what I was assuming.
That's how old I am, just so you know. That is what Donkey Kong down a mountain was like back in my day. It's a barrel.
Back in my day, we just jumped off of cliffs and barrels.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I guess nowhere to go but up, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right. We'll proceed up the mountain, single file. I think Rain and Collodi at the front, with Nexon, Scarlet, and Malvolo kind of following behind, taking up the rear.
I just want to whisper to Cecilia's cat ears.
Mm-hmm.
Why is why is Monday so far from Friday, but Friday is so close to Monday?
What? Why?
She'll know why.
She'll know why. As the party traverses this small like walkway, the wind just keeps whipping, and every so often you guys have to like slide to the left and push yourselves up against the wall as the wind kind of just whips up the side of the mountain and can just yank you off the cliff edge. Moving up, it becomes obvious that this is getting to be a little harder and harder and icier as you keep going. About half an hour of travel at this point, and you get to the very top of the cliff. As you get there, you can smell smoke, and coming around the edge, you can see a light just flickering off into the distance.
Guess we're going towards that, huh?
Yeah, I don't have any better idea.
Okay. Let's keep going
Yeah,
and
and-
stick together.
By this point, Scarlet's invincibility would have faded, but Nexon's not going to say anything to Scarlet.
There it is.
She's going to like keep trying, like keep just kind of pretending she doesn't see Scarlet.
Amazing.
And Scarlett is still gonna whisper weird stuff to everyone's ear when they're not looking, and try some shenanigans. Like, you
Get
know, putting my foot in front of other people's foot, but they all see the
They like step over.
yeah immediately, and I'm like, damn it, wait, come on.
As you come up, the cliff now widens as to like an open face. Constant flurries of wind push snow and frost off the edge of this cliff. A gaping hole in the side of the mountain lies here. Smoke pours forth from the cave entrance, only to be instantaneously dispersed by the wind. You can see two large ogres with furs sitting huddled around a small campfire. One of them is leaning on a polearm, very bored, obviously just like leaning up on it, and the other one has its polearm down next to it.
Does it seem like your task is keeping guard?
It would look like their task is keeping guard at the front entrance.
Okay. Oh man. Well,
Is it still, sorry, just real quick, is it still the pathway, or is it opened up to be a wider area?
Now it's a wider area,
Okay.
except there is a cliff, so it's like if it is much wider at this point, and you could see other walkways coming up, but if you go too far to the right, you'll just kind of go off a cliff.
Do they have any runes on them?
You can't see it as they're like huddled up in furs, sitting in the snow.
are there some empty buckets nearby or something?
Sadly, there aren't any empty. Actually, you know what? Give me a perception check. There might
Okay.
be.
You know, maybe we can match the look. A 38.
Cool.
So as you look around, you start to spread the snow. A idea forms in your head. You have the pick, the adamantine pick that you found,
Mm-hmm.
and you have Collodi, who is also made out of wood.
Okay. Okay. We're going to pretend like we're an ogre. And we're going to sneak in that way. And maybe if we look the part enough, like shape and bringing materials in, they won't notice. If you guys follow in my shadow, perhaps.
That is insane.
Oh, I don't have a better idea. I don't really want to kill them because if they're like the others down there, they probably didn't. Well, they don't deserve this. I don't know if they're good or bad, but I don't have the information to make that call.
If someone has a bit of poison, I can go straight to them since I'm invisible and just, prick them.
But they don't deserve
bless
it.
your heart.
Do you notice that I'm like making eye contact with you, Scarlet?
What? That's true, you are. But I thought because of my Nexon, am I visible again?
Well, sweetie, it only lasts a certain amount of time.
You could at least warn me. That's why you guys weren't falling into my traps. I feel silly now.
Well, you also were supposed to go in front of the group.
Also, your traps are quite sad.
Your traps are quite sad.
No,
Also,
they're incredible.
Nexon, may I remind you that my goddess is the goddess of vengeance. So, watch your back.
Oh, all right. Well, it's really great that we're threatening each other right now. Maybe we first get outside, it's cold out here and freezing and maybe potentially dangerous.
I have another idea that may work.
Right?
We're right next to the cliff face. What if we were to scale it and maybe try to climb over these ogres rather than pass by them? I could fashion some climbing pittance for us to do so, and, well, if they're, asleep and stuff, we might be able to simply climb past this portion of the road.
Does it look like they're, blocking the road, or are they blocking the entrance to something?
They are huddled, and what they're blocking is like a cave mouth, except and coming out of the cave mouth is like this black smoke, except because it's windy up here, at the moment the smoke kind of just starts to billow out, it just gets pulled away by the heavy winds.
I like your idea about the cliff edge, but maybe we try and get the ogres over towards the cliff edge and slip in while they're distracted?
Like luring them away.
Or push them off?
That I can do. I am going to try and make an alarm clock. I'm just checking my resources. I need wood, bells. Alright, unfortunately I'm going to have to get rid of a few different pieces, so here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to dismantle the bone chime as my noisemaker, as it were. I want to disassemble one of my snare kits. And I want to use the basically the parts from those two pieces in order to make a basically it'll just after a period of time it'll just start to spin and rattle and just make that really loud bone clanking noise after I throw it.
Okay, make your craft check.
That is a 29.
29. Okay, wonderful. So you make a crude, alarm ringy object.
It basically looks like a ball with a helicopter on the top of it.
Nice.
All right.
So as I understand this, the plan is push them to the edge of the cliff and either run inside or do Nexon's job, and that's kill them for the XP. I support that.
Or are we distracting them and trying to get into the cave?
Either or.
Well, let me know because I'm gonna.
I think we're trying to get into the cave.
Into the cave? Alright, so in which case we can just throw it down the road and they can go look at whatever it is. Alright, Actually, Collodi, you do it. Collodi. And Collodi's gonna throw the bomb across.
Just launching it.
Yeah.
Just roll a d20. Actually, sorry. Yeah, d20 and
I got an 18.
Awesome, perfect. So you're throwing it like further away from the cave mouth, kind of towards the ledge.
Yeah.
As it hurtles down and hits the snow behind some rubble, there's a few seconds of like, wait, did this not work? And then it starts to go off, and it's super loud because it's next to some rubble, and it's also shaking the rocks. And at that, the one ogre that was like leaning up on its polearm like jumps up and starts to like billow towards that way. The other ogre that was sitting next to them falls over, like they were definitely asleep. Falls over into the snow, flops over. Their giant winter wolf pelt falls off of them, and they follow behind. And this one starts to scream, "Lump, what's going on? Wow, what's that sound?" And they're now racing towards the edge of where. Go. As the group rushes towards the entrance, running at full tilt, everyone please make an athletics check.
Why?
Oh man.
Oh no.
Icy ground.
Ooh, 24.
Like how Rain's like, I rolled badly, but amazing.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
Boom!
Oh, I rolled well.
Malvolo got a 10.
There you go.
I got a
Rushing
15.
in, the party starts to like just haul into the entrance. The two ogres have now kind of meandered towards like in the heavy snow, those big steps, ran away from the entrance. The group running along the side of the cave turns the corner and now entering, and it gets much warmer, right? Like, so where everyone is coming from, it's warmer in comparison to standing outside. As Marvolo, you turn the corner, you hit a patch of ice, and you slide past Rain.
Rain, catch me!
I
Deeper
will
in.
try to make a grab for him.
There you go. Reach out and grab somebody.
Do I need to roll what? Athletics?
Athletics. Yep,
Okay.
athletics.
Okay. Boom. It is 37.
18. Yeah.
I'll grab him.
So
Thank you, Rain.
as Marvolo comes skidding around the corner, just about to topple into what would look like a massive stalagmite, right? When it's coming out of the ground,
Mhm.
that the mite or the tight?
Mite.
Might.
And Rain grabs him at the last second, and obviously that would have been a boo-boo on Marvolo. Pulling him right, standing him upright. The party now sees at the mouth of this area jagged spurs of stone protrude from the ground on either side of the cave entrance, each towering about 20 feet in height.
Oh man. Oh man. What do we do, y'all?
At this point, it's getting too hot to wear the fur.
It's warmer comparatively. I would keep the fur on at this point.
Okay. Stay close. Stay together. We should be able to press on, but we do need to be prepared for a fight.
I'm gonna grab a rock and throw it just in front of us, just to see if there's any booby traps because of the weird rocks, and see what happens.
Tossing the rock, down into the cavern, into this area. It rolls, picks up a little speed, becomes a small snowball, and then stops. There doesn't seem to be any kind of booby traps.
What do we say? We try to go further.
Right.
Yeah, I think before these ogres come
Yeah.
back.
I'll carry up the end this time because last time there was a trap. I was the one who triggered it because apparently I hit the weight limit. So everybody else can go first this time.
You hear that, Malvolo? Go.
Malvolo looks at you. His blank expression behind his mask, it conceals the expression on his face, but the feel is definitely there. As Malvolo steps forward, he is going to search for traps with Collodi right behind him, ready to kind of grab onto his shirt and pull him away from danger if he steps on something.
Nice. Please make a perception check because you're searching for traps.
Okay, y'all. Good. That's a 14. I'm going to burn my hero point. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Farewell, hero point. I loved you. Alright, there it is. And with that, I will try again.
Yes.
You know what? That's fine. It's better than what I got, so yeah. Alright. 17?
Okay. Searching as you kind of move forward, you step on something and it has this horrific crunch sound. And as it does, you kind of like lean forward, like that the ground was a bit uneven, similar to what happened with Nexon when those boulets kind of popped out of the ground. And you stumble, and you trip, and you catch yourself before you hit the floor, and you turn around and you look down. And it looks like you stepped into like a rock, but it crumbled under your feet. Spending a moment to like clear it to just make sure it wasn't a trap. It looks like a vertebrae or like a bone piece.
Using my understanding of medicine, these stalagmites, these don't happen to be like very ivory looking stalagmites, would they?
Spending a few moments now staring at them, you walk up to one and you give it the old shine, and it's definitely not made out of stone. They were, with all the soot that's coming out from overhead, and years of not being used, but now you realize it's probably bone of some sort.
All right. Malvolo changes his tact. Rather than walking carefully, Malvolo is now jumping left and right, like zigzagging across the vertebrate, like almost like you know how when you're a kid and you reach the beach and it's super hot and the sand is like too hot to stand on. That's kind of how Malvolo is moving, like as he's like, oh, okay, quickly, as he.
I'm gonna do exactly I'm gonna retrace exactly Malvolo's steps and join him. Like hit every time he put his feet on the floor and do the same pattern.
And Nexon's just going to kind of assume that's how you have to get through this area and do the same.
Like there was definitely a trap and Marvolo figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will try, but these steps are much smaller than what I normally take. This is harder for me to follow in these steps. My gait is much wider.
Yes. So following the footsteps of Marvolo, it's seemingly a bit difficult for Rain.
Probably a bit difficult for Nexon, but
yeah,
for
with the
opposite
longer
reason.
Yeah, because the tinier legs. So you guys have a little bit of a problem here. Let's have acrobatics checks from the two of you.
Oh no. That's an 11.
Let's see what happens.
Are we all, or is it just
Rain and
Just
Nexon.
Rain and Nexon.
the two
There
of
you
us?
go.
Okay, a little better. 16.
16. So jumping. So Rain, you're kind of like trying to under jump, and Nexon, you're trying to over jump. And at one point, you guys like bump into each other, and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
and then your hands both go up, and you step on one of the looser bits, and you both crunch into it, and then like you wait, and you see one of those giant behemoth bones just kind of teeter very slightly, and then it stops.
Okay. That's a dead thing. Big
Nexon,
old,
Are you okay?
big old dead thing.
Yeah, I'm fine. Let's not do that again.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should have been looking up, but I was.
You're fine. I mean, I kind of didn't judge my step right.
Right.
Just very quickly, before we go into the next scene, I would like to give a very special shout out and thank you to Noria for donating to the stream and for giving Kalodi and Malvolo a hero point back. Yay! Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Is much needed.
There we go.
As you get,
Oh, I was gonna say,
Sorry.
as I get to the end, I want to kind of, like go back to here, and I want to lean back, like just exhausted against like this stone wall that's behind me.
leaning up against that stone wall and looking at the rest of the party coming through, you make eye contact with Nexon, and as she kind of like hops over with Rain, and Rain's like turns around very quickly to make sure the thing doesn't like fully collapse, and you're ready, Rain, to like reach out and grab it. Nexon, your eyes go wide as the thing Marvolo is leaning on is an enormous statue which stands there in a frozen vigil. It's about 40 foot tall with black skin covered by fissures and cracks. It wears majestic armor gilded and encrusted with gems and grips a towering glaive in its armored fist. The giant's face is hidden by a ferocious full helm forged in a sneering grimace of a fanged devil. Around this giant, a necklace hangs, a medallion of a 7-pointed star. And when I say it's a medallion, it's like one of those giant gongs. Like that's the size of it. Yeah, it's huge.
I think I know why Lucretia's up here. And she's just going to kind of slowly point up to the 7-pointed star medallion.
Oh my gosh. That's massive. Well, I think it's the clear sign that we're following the right pathway and that we're in a very unsafe place.
Rain would know what these were, wouldn't she?
The giant? Or
Yeah.
She would. Well, she would have a better guess as to what she's looking at.
Would you maybe like me to drop the lore, or would you like to drop the lore?
You want me to roll like a lore check?
Or yeah.
See if I
Yeah,
can remember.
you could actually, you know what? Give me how would this work? Oh, okay. Sorry. Because of what this thing is and what it is and how we've described the energies. Rain, as you turn around, as Nexon kind of points this out, and Ari, Scarlet, and Marvolo are kind of like in awe of this massive thing. You turn around and you see this huge thing, and you're, how do I describe this? A weakness comes over you. Please make a fortitude save.
Balls. 31.
Not bad. As that happens, everyone's staring at the statue, and it kind of looks like the statue flares to life for a second as primal energies kind of flow out of rain and into this creature, and it shakes a little bit and dust kind of comes off of it, but then on its body the runes light up. And this is, for all intensive purposes, a mythological rune giant. This is where they kind of talk that horrific druidic magic and enslavement and twisted it, and these are the creatures that they forged millennia ago.
Okay, so this is part of being a druid, knowing this particular background.
Yes. Marvolo, can you make a medicine check also?
Yes, I can do that. 28.
As the creature kind of flares with this life and this primal energy, Rain, we've never actually had this conversation. What color would your magic be, or is it like dependent on the spell you're weaving?
It's typically dependent on the spell I'm weaving, but it's primarily elemental colors. Blue,
Okay, so like blues,
green,
greens,
red, yellows.
Okay, we'll go with green. In my head, green. So like the primal energy kind of leeches off of you and into this creature, and you could see that's what lights up the runes. Marvolo, the reason why you turn around, you realize this isn't dead. It's mummified in stone. So it's more like a stone mummy, but it's giant. It's not a stone giant. It's just massive.
All right, so it's been mummified in stone, like rock formation.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Like it's calcified to the point that it's like a stone.
But it's dead, right? Like, I'm gonna place my hand on it and just sort of like, there's no signs of life here.
It throbs with the energy that just came out of Rain.
You might want to take a few steps back. This thing is not dead. And it looks like it's trying to use something that Rain has in order to spark it back to life.
How about we leave in that general direction?
Well, this thing might cause us problems on the way out. But I think I have a solution. Malvolo's going to try and climb up the statue.
Do I feel
Okay.
drawn or connected to this, by the way, in any way?
A bit. So, basic history. I'm not sure how well Rain did in history class.
Not
Back
very.
on.
A lot of homeschooling.
Nah. Yeah, it was a lot of homeschooling. So the lore you had from your passed down from the family,
Yeah.
was there was a rumor, a myth of these giants called the Tiaga giants, Taiga, who were enslaved to Karzog, and they built his kingdom. Sadly, the enslavement wiped these giants out, and they were the forerunners of the rune giants, which is kind of where your tribe is from, that same area. So it's like a myth. It's like a myth passed down through the kids, and it's like, oh, if you're not good, the rune giants are gonna come again. And it was terrifying. They were these entities that
Boogeyman.
were, yeah.
Okay. These aren't safe to be around at all. I think I need to at least move a little, and she's going to start taking very small steps kind of out as she can, feeling still a little weakened from it. So she's not running, but very cautiously just moving further away, trying to create distance between her and this statue.
I'm gonna follow her.
Malvolo and Collodi are struggling to get up the up this this statue, but eventually Malvolo is going to try and stand on Collodi's shoulders, and I want to get close to where the pendant around the neck happens to be, and I want to undo the clasp, but I want to kind of lower it safely down. Like I want to basically like unhinge it, but then stop it from hitting the ground, pass it down to Collodi, and then Collodi kind of put it down to the ground.
All right. Make a thievery check as you're doing that. I feel like Nexon is just standing there and shaking her head, just like
33.
Wow.
She's just kind of, that like supervisory, like, I'm going to stand here. I'm probably not going to do anything if you fall, but I'm
Catch
here.
me, Nexon!
A 33, you easily unclasp the giant medallion, and you can feel the weight in your arms. Make a athletics check to drop it into Clody. But you know, like when something's very heavy, you weren't 100% sure how heavy it was.
Yep.
Yeah, so you like drop forward onto Clody. Clody holding you on your shoulders, kind of reaches out very quickly to grab what is happening, and Clody will catch it, but in the same process, drop you. So he catches it and it falls onto him to stop it from having a loud like boom.
Yeah, good.
But
good,
you
good.
kind you fall off of it.
Ouch.
You
Malvolo.
all right there, buddy?
I'm okay. Just my pride. And my bones. As Malvolo kind of corrects himself, he says, okay. It looked as though the magic was drawn from Rain's energy to this thing. So, by that logic, if we remove this thing, Collodi and Malvolo will drag it kind of away. And I want to try and like sort of put it upright and then just roll it down, you know, where the spine is. Just roll it away. Just be gone, be free, giant disc of death. Be nowhere near this person that is using you to drain energy and magic.
Blood energy. So as Morvolo like writes it with Collodi, again, it's fairly large. The two of them push it like when you like the way you would push a tire. You're trying to chase it with a stick. They push it down, and as it goes down a few feet, it tilts and starts to bear to the left, and it kind of wedges itself between a spine and a vertebrae, and it just kind of falls to its side. That one vertebrae tilts and teeters, but holds on at the very last second.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Just, all right, let's move.
Has the runes on the giant stopped glowing?
With removing that giant medallion, they have stopped glowing, and you could feel yourself get you feel a little stronger, right? Like your bones aren't as cold, your connection isn't as gone. Scarlet
that's
and
a little bit better.
yeah. Scarlet, when you got to the stairs with Rain, can you make a perception check, please?
Sure.
$24. Nice. As you were like backing up, you kind of like took like 2 or 3 steps down those stairs, and you picked up the sounds of, it's either water or it kind of sounded like small rocks or pebbles, and then you would hear it kind of sounded like talking, like a muffled talking, like almost like a whisper as you were heading down the stairs.
I try to follow where the sound comes from.
Okay. as you move forward, following and having Marvolo follow next to you, you get to a landing, and to your right is a very stinky pit. It looks like a giant hole, and it just reeks. Marvolo, as you get down the stairs with Rain and Nexon and Kalodi, you reach on the same platform. Everyone's now standing around, and it just stinks. But Scarlet, you're honed in on that sound, and it's coming from the stairs below you.
I think I found their toilets, guys. Ugh, it smells disgusting. If anyone wants to take a leak or anything, I think it's right there. It's time. Take the opportunity.
What, here?
Oh yeah, definitely. Can you smell that? It smells like hot garbage.
It's actually what it smells like.
And then
Wow,
I'm gonna continue.
Malvolo will. There's a little sign. Malvolo will remember this.
So I'm hearing voices, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't come from the big toilets.
Sadly, they are not coming from the giant toilet.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell everyone I'm hearing weird whispers coming from there. Should we investigate that?
What are the whispers saying to you?
They're saying weird stuff like Rain doesn't brush her teeth after coffee.
What?
No, just kidding.
So rude.
No, very insecure, and I'm glad I don't have to speak to anyone face to face, and that you're all much shorter than me.
Scarlet, as you kind of get to the top of the stairs, you take a step down. You peer down, and at the very bottom of the landing, and this again very high up, and it's everything is kind of doubled in size. So everyone just kind of feels like a child in the real world, you know, like a small child, because everything's so much bigger. The stairs are larger. As you come to the top, you stare down. You could actually see now a fire and shadows being moved around. You could hear hushed, gruff voices whispering to each other.
I'm gonna say, actually, maybe let's not go there.
Why?
I think there are people down there.
Oh, yes. No. I guess if we don't have to run into anyone yet, that might be good.
I mean, is there some place to go other than the toilet?
Oh,
And I guess I mean not like go as in you utilize the toilet, but like walk.
well, if we're after another distraction, I do have another idea.
I mean, the last one worked great.
Yeah.
Okay, I need us to. All right, so I tell everyone to go back over by the rune statue, and just stay put until my signal. You'll know where the signal is.
Is it a bomb?
You always say that. It's not very reassuring.
Look, yes, it is a bomb.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Malvola's gonna go there. Kalodi's gonna go over here. And once everyone has made a safe distance, Kalodi is going to step over to here. Okay.
Okay.
Malvola says, "You might want to get back behind here." Rain.
So
Get him.
I turn to Nexon and say, is he gonna explode the big toilets?
Oh God, that's gonna smell awful.
There's gonna be like shit everywhere. I don't want to walk in that.
Presuming that, of course, there's a collection of very, very heavy flammable gases that are erupting from here, Malvolo is going to brace himself and block his ears as I'm going to explodey Kalodi the gas from the pit.
Okay.
And what I'm hoping is going to happen is that
This is how we die.
they're going to come and investigate it, and we're going to use the chaos to run behind them as they're trying to put out the fire.
Okay. I'm never against anything, so do it.
Oh God.
I mean, what do you want me to do? I mean, it's just I blow up. It's-
Couldn't we just push them into the toilet?
I mean, we could. You
When...
could. I mean, I don't know about you, but I can't push an ogre anywhere.
Yeah, me neither. You're right. Forget what I said. All right.
All right. So yeah, with a click and a very very loud explosion.
Okay. With a click and a very loud explosion, the methane from all the area catches on fire and ignites. It actually shakes the foundation of the building. As that happens, fissures start to appear along different areas, and more smoke starts to bellow out of those fissures. If you could tell there was some kind of chain reaction, Orvolo, just a bit. I'm gonna see if I have fire as an asset, but I got stuff. All around you at this point, just flame starts to erupt, and out of like the little fissures, there you go, giant flame. Is Kalodi gonna stand there also, by the way?
They're all on fire.
Just angry fire.
Yeah. Yeah, Kalodi as the point of contact will have to be there, but if he gets knocked back from the explosion, then, you know, I mean.
Can Kalodi make a reflex save, please?
I don't know, can he? Go, Power Kalodi! No, Power Kalodi! I'm going to use a hero point, because I don't wish to die. That's better. 25.
Okay. Kalodi gets thrown back 20 feet and slams into the ground, taking...
Can I please move Kalodi?
5 points of explosion damage.
All right. As Kalodi hits the wall hard, he... the things I do for you people. Ugh. Oh crap! I gotta hide. He plays dead.
He just plays dead on the floor.
Yeah,
Love
he
it.
just kind of pretends to be like this crumpled up pile of burnt wood.
Nice. Actually, that's pretty solid. Kalodi, as that happens, coming from down the stairs, you can hear yelling as 3 lumbering ogres kind of come to the top, trying to figure out what to do. They look at each other stunned, and the first one kind of walks over you and is now standing there staring at out of this cavern, and they're all kind of talking to each other. They're trying to figure out, like, oh, where's the water? And one of them points at the snow outside and is like, let's go get the snow. And the other one's like, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's go get the snow. And they're going to start to make their way out of this area.
I'm gonna crash down behind the statue to be sure not to be seen.
Yeah, I mean it's massive, so
Yeah,
I'll
Nexus-
also hide.
Yeah, Nexon's gonna let Rain try and hide herself first since she's bigger, and then try and like squeeze in to any spot.
Yeah, likewise.
Pushing yourselves deeper behind this, the ogres kind of just run like full tilt out into the area where the bones are, slamming on the other things, and one of them stops, looks, and says, "What's this doing here?" And the other one's like, "I don't know." And then they start to argue about who put the giant medallion on the floor.
Okay, quick, go, go, go!
And now everyone starts to run. The rest of the group starts to run. Having rushed down into the area, you could see some of the fissures are leaking smoke and flames. Getting to the next platform, you have multiple ways to go.
I see some lights on my left, right?
Yes, on your left, you can see lights coming from your left-hand side.
I tell everyone that it's lights on my left.
Okay, let's go for that then.
All right.
And this time she'll be sure to follow Scarlet, letting her go first.
Mm-hmm.
I look at you and give you a look like, okay, I see how it is. All right, sure. You'll win this round.
At least
As
you can
the-
see how it is. I couldn't.
Fair
As
enough.
the group rushes down the stairs, trying to clear a path to avoid the ogres, Scarlet comes to a screeching halt at the mouth of this cavern. As you see, numbers of fires are lit. Coming to a dead stop, you look around and you realize this is a holding pit for the ogres, as there are about 20 ogres just standing around, all chained up.
Oh my god. Rain again freezes in her track. I'm assuming they likely are not responding.
They are not.
Do I know of any way besides killing them to break the rune spell on them?
You could try, but it would require a like a ritual. So it would take a bit of time
Whole
and
process.
preparation.
Okay. Oh, that's just not doable here. You
If
guys
it-
can possibly hear Rain mumbling to herself. If only there was more time and we could have saved them. I don't. She kind of looks back at the fire fiasco that we had left behind. I don't think I can do anything to help them. I don't think anything can be helped with this group.
Okay, then let's go back.
Go down a different tunnel.
Yeah.
As we're making our way back down to a different tunnel, Malvola will say to Rain, look, we may not be able to do anything about them now, but we've seen the markings on the walls, and with any luck, we might be able to use Lucretia to find out how to reverse what she's done.
Right. All right, let's keep going then.
All right.
We have to find Lucretia.
Let's go this way. Malvola will take a road to the left.
All right, I'm following him.
Turning this way, this foul-smelling cavern is cluttered with an appalling amount of body parts.
Nope. As soon as I smell it, I go nope, and I go the other way. I didn't even
I go,
look.
nope.
Yep, I didn't even look.
Just you noped out.
Yep, just noped out. Just as soon as I walked in, I was like, nah, nope. The germaphobe is definitely not going into the most foul-smelling room. Hell no.
I don't think I even make it down to that room. Just in the curve, seeing the two of you bounce right back. Okay then.
Yes. More poo. More horrible smelling, awful that ogres are known for. All right. But I will go to the left over this side, pending on the smell.
Sure. As you cut as you get to that area, it is contrary to what everything has been. You get to this location and it is cold. It is almost equally as cold as it is outside.
Does there seem to be a breeze coming in that indicates it leads to the outside then?
No, there is absolutely no breeze, but a spiraling staircase leading down.
Well, if it doesn't seem or smell as bad, I guess this is a pathway. Shall we go down, everyone?
Yes,
agree.
be my guest friend.
Yeah.
She's gonna look sideways, glance at them, and then walk first again.
Kalodi will accompany.
I'm going to stick closer to the edge, not walking down the center of it, just kind of creeping along the edge and trying to listen carefully for any kind of clues or anything I might hear.
As you get starting down the stairs, you start to hear a chanting sound.
Do I know what the chanting is? Do I recognize it?
Are you proficient in occultism?
I
Do you
don't
have
believe
that
so.
on
No.
your spell list?
I have not.
Then it sounds like magical chanting, but that's the best you got.
Okay, I'm going to slow down much quicker than when I'm walking down these stairs.
Can I use detect magic?
Yes, you may. Detecting magic, you pick up on a how can I say this? Bad like it's negative magic.
Okay, then I go back in the stairs
Mm-hmm.
and
So
say
as you get
something's not right there.
What do you mean?
I'm sensing something negative.
Oh, well, this whole place is pretty negative. I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, but I have a bad feeling about down there. I'm gonna go back. And do you see what I'm doing? I'm going back to Cecilia. That's telling, I think.
I'll put Cecilia on the map. There we go.
Can I start to hear the chanting?
Yes, as you get down the stairs, you get to hear chanting. If you're trained, you can make a check to kind of pick up on what they are talking about.
Okay. Not the best. 21.
21.
33.
Wonderful. It seems to be a prayer to like it's like a prayer asking for the power to bring something back, to bend the bones and to rise from the grave.
I think we should interrupt whatever is going on down here.
So it's not going to be pretty, is it?
But it seems like it is some sort of a cultish ritual. And we may find Lucretia down here.
Great. All right, then. And Rain shoulders her shield up to over her shoulder. Let's do this.
Malvolo nods, and Kalodi stands next to Rain. Chainsaw arm out of its puppet arm. It looks and sort of nods, waiting for your cue.
I still have, from a while ago, 2 bombs left.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to light one and throw one in there.
Okay.
Already
Sure.
set off one explosion.
Explosions for everyone.
Malvolo's like, I'm so proud.
Mm-hmm.
You get an explosion. You get an explosion.
It's just a little of everything.
Kalodi's like, is that what I've been doing to people? That's really startling.
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
As Rain pulls out of her bag and she kind of like a small smile creeps across her face and she's holding a bomb. You light the fuse and you hurl it. So what stands before you, and just to give you a general like, because I'm assuming you would move up to get
Yeah,
around the edge so
I'll
you
have
could
to
get like
look
a
out.
clearer line of sight. So this basically, it's a shrine bearing the feral visage of a brutally beautiful, monstrous maiden with the head of a three-eyed jackal and a belly of a very large belly, leans against a far wall. Underneath it is a sarcophagus. Not huge, but large. And standing next to this are two large, hideous creatures. They look like elderly women, and they seem to be in prayer to the sarcophagus. And you can choose which one you would like to throw the bomb to.
This one, Oksana, over here on
Got it.
our far right. And Rain's gonna pop out, hello, sorry. And I'm gonna roll kind of like low ball to toss the bomb over at her.
There you go. Make a attack roll then.
Okay.
So if you have like your dagger, you can just roll your dagger attack.
Okay, perfect.
Right. It hits with a 27. The bomb explodes. Which bomb were you using?
My notes are terrible and says bomb.
Got it. Oh, it was one of the fire. I know.
Fire
which one
ones
it was.
when we were fighting it was saving Tiger Boy. These are my notes. I know
Saving
it wasn't even a tiger. Cat
I
boy.
like that. So we're gonna use the alchemic fire, and that's the easiest one. As it explodes, it lights this area up. And roll a d4, and I have to make a save against persistent fire damage. I'm going to say that saved. And Rain, please roll a d4 plus 2.
4 then.
4 points of damage to Oksana. As the fire erupts around her, she screeches, and the two hags stand to a towering size. They are large creatures, and they screech and prepare for combat. As they do, the sarcophagus lid creaks and cracks, and a beautifully pale hand with red nails come out from the crack. And we will take our break right there. Please stick around. We're just going to do a 10-minute break so we can use the potty, grab some coffee, and then we will roll right into combat. Hi, everyone, and welcome back. So, where did we last leave off? Oh, that's right. Rain threw a bomb at my hags, and they were not happy about that. It was kind of rude. They were just praying to their temple and to the idol and to the sarcophagus, which is slowly opening. And that is where we picked up. The sarcophagus at this point now opens fully, and rising from it in her beauty is Luceria. She stands up, makes eye contact with the rest of the group, and says, yet I come to my winter retreat, and you still follow me. Why is this?
Rain, a bit stunned. I'm sorry, what?
Yes, this is my home. You have come into my home. You clearly have disturbed my place of rest. This cannot be. No. I tried to talk it over with you previously, and you would have none of that. Well, I have a friend here who would like to meet you. Bathing. And rising from the ground, standing, is once was a man, now a monster. His skin is blue, his eyes are red with unlife. His hair is mostly missing. You could see a handsomeness to him if he wasn't now completely frozen over. He pulls out a very large sword. His eyes flare with rage as he stares at the group. Sisters, take care of them for me, please. And everyone, please roll initiative. So perception, except Nexon and Scarlet can roll stealth because they're still up on the stairs. They were like, yeah, we're not getting anywhere near that.
Nice.
Right. My sisters go. So Tankova, this hideous hag, cackles, levitates into the air, and rushes at Rain. Spends 2 actions to get all the way over by Rain, now realizing that, there were more of you, but she's going to lash out at you and try to cut you with her hand. They're very long nails. Okay.
Oh, hits.
And damage.
Ooh, 19. Got it. Okay.
Luceria chooses to take a step back and survey what is going on. The second hag, the one you set on fire, Rain, is going to make a save to stop the fire. So that's going to spend, they're going to spend one of their actions to put themselves out.
Please fail.
And
Please fail.
let me see, where are my abilities? Oh, right. So they're gonna make a. All right. So they save on putting themselves out. So she's no longer with that constant fire damage, and is going to move up. And these hags are massive. They are huge, actually large. It's Cecilia's turn. Cecilia's going to come down the stairs and then fire a bolt because I'm gonna play her character, and I'm gonna assume that's what she would do. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
If the
that
party
seems-
feels like she would do something else, just let me know. But I feel like she would shoot someone.
Firebolt sounds really nice. I feel like she would hit. Can I say that?
Feel it, like in my gut.
In my gut, her character would make it.
All right, and then she's gonna shoot one more time. All right, that one does hit. There you go. And Marvolo and Kolodi, the dynamic duo.
All right, so Malvolo and Kolodi. All right, I'm gonna hope that we're gonna aim to try and work together to work on someone. So Malvolo's gonna use 2 actions to instruct Kolodi, giving him 3 actions to activate this round. As Kolodi steps forward with his first action, and with his second action, using the whirring of his chainsaw arm, as he
Nice.
is going to cut into Tankova, dealing 16 damage, and with his backslash,
Oh,
a further, oh my god, these rolls, 11 damage. So Kolodi steps forward and makes these 2 massive gashes. With his final action, Malvolo will try once again, as he sort of places 2 fingers in front of him. He sort of tries to rub a spark together, and with his very tiny bit of magic that he has remaining, is going to try and electrocute.
electric arc, the 2 of them.
Yeah. So this is going to require a reflex save.
Yes.
They fail,
Yep.
which means you take 8 points of electric damage. And it will arc to Osanka, who will also fail and take 6 points of damage as he it worked. Nexon, did you see? It finally worked.
That was pretty impressive.
That wasn't an invention, that was magic. I finally learnt it.
Oh,
It's the only spell I have.
Good.
I have no other spellcasting ability. And that is my
Pretty
turn.
good spell though.
Yeah.
Yay!
It came in clutch.
Yeah, that's it. Haha.
Nexon, what would you like to do?
I am going to run to here.
Yep. It's all the same.
And I am going to grab the bead, the last bead on my necklace of fireballs. I just remembered I still had it. And she's gonna just hurl it. So it's a 20-foot burst. Just kind of like trying to get
you could get
Osana and Baden, but not Rain or Kolodi in that.
yeah. If you launch kind of like in the middle of them, you could definitely hit all 3 of them and avoid Kolodi and Ray.
Cool. Yeah, so I'll activate that and then just
Hurl it with all
hurl
your
it.
might.
as hard as I can. Yep.
Wonderful. Let me double check. I should have wrote this down, but
It is a DC 21, and the last one that I had is 66.
yes. Oh, the big one. All right, DC 21. Let's see what I can do. That is a fail. Oh, sorry. I was about to roll the same person again. I think they can only fail once. Next one. It hits, so meet or beat. So we're gonna say that one's saved, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then last dude, Baden. Pass, Baden. Wow, Baden passed. I was surprised that he had like the worst chance to do it. So he passed. So 66 on Tankova, full damage, and the other two half.
Okay.
So-
Alright, so there's
So what?
5
Sorry, super
and
quick. What does Baden look like?
6.
Oh, Baden, he is like a human, but his skin has like rotted away. He has, he's in like a plate armor, and his blade, whenever it's his turn, it ignites into a icy fire. So like a blue flame, right? That would kind of be what it would be.
Cool. I would like to say that I nailed it in Hero Forge.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
I was just guessing.
Ooh.
20 points of damage. Wow, Nexon is just unloading into my enemies. Rude.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Okay, so that's 2 actions, right? Activate and hurl
And move.
move. So do you
So
want
that's
you
my
have
whole turn
okay.
because I ran up as well. So.
That's right. I apologize. Rain, you're on the board. What would you like to do?
Okay, seen and inspired by such big actions, I'm going to tap on that tentacle belt, awakening it, using all 3 of my actions.
Yes.
Just see what this can do. Really panicky anyway. So, if it will suddenly burst with 3 tentacles popping out of it, since I'm using all 3 of my actions to activate this, and it can choose 3 foes up to 60 feet. So I'm going to choose the 3 right in front of us. Seems like the right choice on
That makes
that
sense
end.
to me.
So they will need to make a Dex Fortitude save of 22, or then they will begin to take damage and potentially shoved.
Let me make this. Oh. See if this works.
Please fail. Please fail. Okay. That's just a regular success, right?
Yep.
All right. So that will take half.
Mm-hmm.
Tankova will take half.
All right. Oksana, let's see what you could do.
Please nothing.
Oh, all right. Did not roll.
Secret.
It didn't roll. Sorry.
Oh. All right.
Oh, there it goes. So 2 of them. So we'll take the bottom one, which is an 18.
Oh, sweet. So that will be a failure, full damage, and push full distance.
And then. Baited. Oh, I believe that is a critical failure.
Oh, I only have copied in the critical success, and failure. I don't have it like critical failure. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, so we'll double damage, and then we'll double the amount he can move. Or you know what? We'll knock him prone. That's even better.
Okay.
Well,
He took
if
an
he-
action.
I was gonna say we do have the cards for things like that.
Oh, use the card.
Perfect. We'll do a card. So let's
Yes.
roll for damage. 2d6 bludgeoning damage. All right. 4. It's not as high as I had wanted, but that's okay. 4 bludgeoning damage, and so that will be 2 for Tankova, 4 for Oksana, and Tankova. They each get pushed. What?
10
It
feet.
pushes the target 5 feet per action spent. Is that
So-
5 each or all together? Or is that 15?
No, so that's 15 feet
Okay.
because you
So
spent 3 actions.
Tankova will go 7 feet away, Oksana 15, and Baden 15. Just a blast of tentacles come pushing them out.
All right,
Tankova getting a little bruise, and Oksana definitely feeling it.
pick
Suck
another.
it, Brayden.
Pick a number between 1 to 5.
Let's go with 2.
1, 2. Okay. So is this a spell or a bludgeoning attack?
I'd go more bludgeoning.
Yeah.
More bludgeoning?
With the because it's the belt itself is magical that the tentacles come out of it. It does bludgeoning damage, not a magic kind of damage.
Yeah, okay. So, as the tentacle lashes out and thwaps across the bodies of the 2 hags, and of course the strange Death Knight that stands before you, it will not only deal its usual damage, it will also cause the person who had critically fumbled to become flat-footed as the strike has knocked them off balance.
Nice.
Sweet. Suck it, Brayden.
Oh, but that was the Dryad's lover. It's so sad.
Wait, what?
It's kind of dead.
He is kind of dead.
It's ki-
He is
Oh, this is the dude we were supposed to bring back to the Dryad in the forest, the really sad one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's a bit under a spell right now.
Oh.
Maybe she won't love him now that he's flat-footed. I don't know.
Let's
Let's see how strong their love is. Is that a big enough character flaw? They're like, oh, you're flat-footed. I can't love you anymore.
I can't love you anymore.
Yes, I only date sure-footed men.
Yes.
That's a great. I would only date her for men.
Jesus.
I'm already a klutz, so adding like another klutz in this relationship is just bad biscuits.
Yes. Bad biscuits. I like that saying.
So Rain spending all 3 actions, tentacles whipping every which way.
Mm-hmm.
Bathing goes. Bathing's gonna stand, 1 action. Second action, is going to ignite their longsword in that eldritch frost flame, and third action is going to try and get into combat as it was. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Boom, done. Scarlet.
May I use Beasting on Lucretia?
Ooh, yes, I think she's in range actually. Yeah, cast your spell.
Okay. So, wait, how do I cast it? There's
Oh,
no.
I got it.
Yeah.
Oops. Sorry. She critically failed.
Beat her. Is she allergic to bees?
I feel like this would make her allergic to bees.
Can I sting her again?
No, it's 2 actions. So you kind of pull out all the bees from every which way, and You fire it on her, and she gets a lot of damage, poison damage,
She would get a crit card though.
and a crit card, and she is enfeebled too because of the critical failure, which is very powerful.
Scarlet, pick a number between 1 to 5.
3.
3. And this is a spell.
Mm-hmm.
The vortex of time. As the bees swirl around and begin to sting Lucretia, they begin to swarm over her person, creating what appears to be a kind of a mix of a resin and wax cocoon. Lucretia is trapped within and cannot interact with the outside world for... Could you roll me a d4?
Which one is the D4 again?
The triangle.
The triangle. Right.
For 4 rounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she is basically just
fire.
pinned against the wall in this, like, hornet's hive kind of resin. And she's taken out of time, out of combat for 4 rounds.
My
Freaking badass.
goodness.
How much moves do I have left?
You can move. You have one more action. So you can move.
One more action.
You could put some makeup on, whatever your character feels necessary.
Can I use from where I am sunburst?
It would be. Let me see. Because you are kind of far back, so you would be. Yeah, you might need to move closer to really get that to go.
Then I'm gonna just use my last move to move.
Wonderful, nice. Get down those stairs. So Scarlet now hurrying down the stairs, striking a most epic pose as she sees Lucretia just dealing with all those bees. I feel like there is a joke there with all the bees, but I do not have a good joke.
Me neither.
Save it.
We'll save it. Bees. But Tankova goes, and she is angry at Rain. Rain, you hit her, and she has to respond in kind. She will now launch once per day. The Adness Hag can cause a cage built of fingernails to erupt around a single target.
Ugh. Why bone seems less creepier than fingernails?
Fingernails, right?
Okay.
It's pretty terrible.
Yeah, that's nasty.
It's very gross. Very gross.
Not a fan.
Grapple check. I have to make a grapple check against your fortitude. So a 16 to grapple.
Oh wow.
28. And what is your fortitude save? All
Can I
right.
use? I'm gonna use a hero point. I'm just to try.
Yeah.
There's a chance.
Yes.
I don't want to be caged by fingernails if I have a. If I
Pretty
gotta-
gross.
Nope. No, I don't.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Fate has it that I will be stuck in the fingernail cage.
Very terrible. So yeah, these fingernails just erupt around you, creating a bond and a cage, almost out of iron. You can start to like bash your way out on your turn, but that's 2 actions, and then she's gonna get a little closer and start to cackle in your face, kind of scratching her nail on that.
Oh.
My vampire princess is trapped. And my other one goes. My other Oksana. She's going to spend an action to move up to Kalodi and claw Kalodi. I did it.
Oh.
Ouch.
Oh, you did.
Ooh, just unloading
Oh,
2
boy.
massive hits into Kalodi.
Unloady Kalodi.
Unloady Kalodi. That's perfect.
All right. I guess pick a number between 1 and 5.
We'll go with 4.
All right, with a 4, this is piercing damage or slashing damage.
This is gross fingernail damage, but I'm going to have to say it is slashing.
Slashing. All right. Throat slash. The target takes 1d8 persistent damage, cannot talk, cast spells, or use verbal components, or breathe while subject to this bleeding damage. As basically this claw wraps around Kolodi's puppet-like neck, it scratches through the wood and punctures one of the arteries that pump out this black lubricant into Kolodi's jaw. His mouth hangs open, now unable to close, as he is bleeding out. Vital fluids.
Ew.
All right.
So
So that's also an extra d8 damage.
yes, D8. Let's roll that. 4 points of vital fluid damage.
All right. Well, that's not great.
Cecilia goes. Cecilia is going to try to aid as best as she can. She is going to fire one of her arrows. See what happens. That's a hit. All right, not bad. Kills. I'm trying to see if she has anything in her inventory. Yes. Another crossbow bolt. That's what she has in her inventory. Oh, another hit. Nice. And I'm done playing with myself. As now it's Kolodi's and Marvolo's turn.
All right. So Malvolo is going to try using magic again. He marvels at his hands as once again he's like, okay, I can do this again. As he tries to zap his targets.
No zaps.
Oh, no.
She succeeded.
Which means she takes half damage and it doesn't bounce. Which is 4 damage. Damn.
Nice.
And I'm going to use my 2 actions to instruct Kolodi to go for broke. As Kolodi will once again. He can't speak, but Kolodi sort of sprays oil, like just kind of over himself as he.
Ew.
Oof.
Oh.
So close.
Good.
All right. Much better. All right. 22 damage from the first slash. Misses his second. Which I'm going to use I'm going to use one of my hero points for. Because I don't want to mess around here. All right. Let's try for that one again, shall we? Come on. I got the same thing. All right. Third attack.
Wait.
Yes!
Oh!
There it is.
There's it.
All right. Nice. All right. And I'm going to pick... let's see. I'm going to pick number 2. I don't know what that is. Alright, so slashing. Alright, a bewildering display as Kolodi is spinning around and moving. His body doesn't move naturally as he is a puppet, and as his body, his upper torso twists in order to slash at the hag in impossible angles, she is bewildered by his movements and is flat-footed until the end of my next turn.
Wow.
So there you go. All right. Yep, and that is all my actions for Malvolo Kolodi.
All right. Nexon, what would you like to do?
Nexon is going to kind of pat Malvolo on the back and just say, let me show you how it's really done. And she's gonna shuffle her feet and then point towards which one's the closest? Tankova, and cast Electric Arc.
When you shuffle your feet, is it like gathering static electricity on like a rug?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Come on. Let me grab the die. There we go.
Ooh, she succeeds,
Okay.
but it's only half damage.
That's- Hmm. There we go. All right. And mine doesn't say that it doesn't arc if it. So yeah, I'll have it arc over to Oksana.
Oksana.
Words are
Yep.
hard.
Yeah. But she fails.
$13.
Whoa. So, with that, you fire off, and Oksana screams in pain and terror as she starts to wither and rapidly age and decay.
All right, I admit that was a lot better than mine.
It takes a little bit of practice, but you know, Rain, fate is on our side, and she's gonna give Rain a nudge. Fate.
I'm gonna need it.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's what I thought.
Rain, you are trapped, bound in these hideous
Ugh.
fingernails. What would you like to do?
Well, I would like to try to get out. That would be the best thing for me,
Alright.
I think.
You have to beat an difficulty class, athletics, or anything you choose of 24 to smash your way out.
Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I have a plus 19 and I roll a 21.
It's like this close.
I'm using my hero point. There's no way
Yeah.
it could get worse than this. No way. This is. Are you kidding me? There!
Oh!
Yes! Yes! See, the 2 meant to be a 20 this entire time. Okay, just
The whole time.
forgot the 0 the first time.
It explodes with range rage as she slams her shoulder into this cage of fingernails, shattering them, freeing herself. 2 more actions. What would you like to do?
I see this hag. I'm just angry now. I hate being contained in small spaces. It's super uncomfortable and just raging. I'm going to take my sickle and go for Tankova.
Tank over. No. Do it. Make your attack.
Okay, that's gonna be missed. I'm very angry that I can't aim right. That's fine. We're just
It
gonna keep
happens.
slashing though. Yeah, it thank you.
But that
one
will hit.
Good.
10
Ooh.
points of damage.
10,
As-
so missing on that first strike, coming in with the second. Don't cage me! And she'll do that second hit.
That final blow slashes deep into this creature as this one additionally withers and dies and falls to the ground. That is all 3 of your actions. Huffing and panting from your rage, you look up to see Baden the Lich rushing the group as that's
Aiden the
his
flat-footed.
the flat-footed. Yes, he is flat-footed. He's going to rush. His first attack is going to be against Rain, slashing at you, which will hit
There.
And the next will be a claw which reaches out and strikes into Kalodi.
Oh.
Ouch.
What do you have against me, Jared?
I don't know.
I thought we were friends.
I'm sorry.
21 points of damage?
Well, Kalodi, I don't think could. No, did he take that? Did you drop it on him?
Yeah, it took.
Oh, he
You're
took it.
heavy damage.
He's got 21
Yeah.
hit points left.
Oh no.
Oh,
He's doing okay.
Yeah.
As for his critical effect, give us a number between 1 and 5.
We'll go with 2. 2 seems to be the lucky number. Rain just popped off on the 2.
All right. So is this a slash or a piercing?
This is a claw, which I believe is slash. Because
Okay. What? Why? Could you roll a d4 for me, please?
1.
1. Very well. As Baden sort of stretches out and claws, wrapping on the body of Kalodi, Kalodi instinctively raises his hand in order to block, and as he does so, there's this sickening crunch sound. You then notice that in his clawed hands, the Lich now has one of Kalodi's fingers. Kalodi now becomes clumsy 1 until he gets his finger back.
No, Kalodi, not like this.
I'm actually kind of glad that happened to Kalodi and not someone else, because I could put his finger back on. Because the other
Which finger is it,
stipulation,
though?
yeah, the other stipulation is that you can be repaired with a regeneration spell. So I was like,
Oh,
yeah. So if that actually happens to a fleshy person, that finger's gone.
yeah.
All right.
But it's Scarlet. Scarlet, what would you like to do? You
First, I would like to tell Nexon and Rain, you guys did those hags a favor by obliterating them because those nails were unrecoverable. Now, I would like to use my whip to how would I say, to grab the what is his name?
Baden.
Baden's legs,
Mm-hmm.
so that he falls on the ground.
Yeah. Oh, so you're trying to trip him? Yeah, you can do
Yes.
that. Not a problem. That is super easy. All right. So she is going to whip it good.
There it is. There it is.
All right, that's going to hit. So you will deal damage and pull him prone. Nice. And he's now prone. Oh, I'm so sad.
And now I have.
2 more actions.
I would like to use with my spiritual weapon and invoke my daggers
Ooh.
and kind of aim for the torso, the heart.
Pulling, summoning your daggers into reality, they strike into Baden's cold, icy, dead heart.
Mhm.
Let us see if they work. Poor Baden. He did nothing.
Kalodi disagrees.
Oh, critical hit.
Nice.
Oh, dealing
Max damage.
24 critical. Yeah, literally the most you could have done.
Yes. We're on fire today.
And
You guys are killing it.
and pick a number between 1 and 5.
3.
3.
Again.
1, 2, 3. Now this is magic, or is
Yes.
it? Yeah. So what type? Yeah. Okay.
Pierce-
So as it
piercing?
So as it pierces the heart of the undead lich, Scarlet, your daggers of force start to change. Instead of being these incorporeal, translucent objects, they then turn into almost a prism of stained glass that begins to reflect the light that shines from the blue ice that seems to surround and cover the body of the lich. As the flames from the sword catch into your prisons, the daggers, it begins to cover the area in an array of light and pretty colors. He is dazzled until the end of your next turn.
Oh, Baden. He tried. He tried badly, but he tried.
He definitely tried.
Ah, Scarlet, with all 3 actions burning up, summoning that ethereal dagger that now did even more to my poor monster. You feel your job this turn has done very well for you. And it's the top of the round. 2 more rounds, she is stuck with these bees swarming all Luceria, just swarming all over her. She is screaming and screeching. Cecilia is going to go. Cecilia is going to come down and move the whole map. That is. She just moved the whole map. There we go.
She's too powerful. She's moving the mountain.
You can do everything. So she's just gonna come down and fire 2 arrows at Baden. Right?
Wait, Lucretia's gonna shoot at Baden?
No, Cecilia.
Oh, Cecilia.
Betrayal. I told you she doesn't like flat-footed people.
Seeing that he's down, Malvola's gonna ask Cecilia to hold for a moment.
She will.
All right, Malvolo is gonna try something. He's gonna walk behind Kalodi, and as an action, I want to use occultism and try to put a spiritual summoning rune on the back of Kalodi. What I want to try and do is I want to try and summon the spirit of the nymph from the forest and have it possess Kalodi.
Okay. Interesting tactic. You can do that, but it's going to require probably Nexon's rope and maybe a little zhuzh from Rain. If they agree to help you on their turns, you can do this.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't consent to... I remove his mouth.
Ha!
All right. Cool. That's what we'll do.
All right. Make a occultism check.
27.
As Marvolo starts to inscribe this power, Nexon, you kind of lash out with that rope, that magical rope that summons the spirit and has connection to the ethereal plane. Rain, you grant a little bit of your primordial energy to use as a beacon, right? Because we know that the dryad and the nymphs are of that element of the primal magic. You're kind of setting yourself up to be a beacon, a homing beacon.
Yeah.
As you do that, Kalodi starts to shake and rattle. His eyes flash with elemental magic as something is coming through. The wood starts to bend and snap in a strange fashion, more akin to possibly looking like that nymph. The female form starts to change and grow onto Kalodi, and everything gets silent. and suddenly it starts to snow, and frost spreads on the ground underneath the feet of Kalodi. And that is where we will end it today.
Ah.
Nice.
I want to say thank you very much to all my players. I want to say thank you very much to our amazing sponsors, Sirenscape, Hero Forge, obviously, for these amazing miniatures that we constantly keep putting up. They really like changed the game, because like describing like, oh, it's a frost night, it's undead full of frost and fire, and then seeing a picture's worth 1,000 words. And then you have Scarlet's little miniature right there. Awesome little miniature. I love it. And obviously, thank you very much to all of them. But a huge thank you to our top sponsors, and that has to be the amazing chat who comes out every Sunday and cheers and supports us constantly. We love you guys. Thank you so much. But that's enough me blathering on. I'm going to throw it over to my amazing players, where you could find them when they're not here, being awesome. They killed it this week, so it's more on them. They're tormenting me this week. So we're gonna start as we did this morning. We're gonna end with the amazing Dawn. Dawn, how are you going? How's it going?
Hey folks, I'm doing good. Had a really fun session today. So yeah, when I'm not here playing with these wonderful folks, you can find me over at youtube.com/roll4initiative, where I make videos with my partner Ryan all about tabletop RPGs and our other geeky interests. And you can also follow our more like day-to-day stuff on Twitter and Instagram at r4ivlog.
Sweet. Everyone, I'm Becca Gotzi. You can find me over on Twitter and Instagram, but you can also find me here on Twitch at XCausticPhoenix, and tonight on D20 Deathmatch. We've got another episode. You can also find me on basically a lot of other channels. Pink Pixels is on the Gamers. I play Mass Effect on my own. We just started a new campaign on Rare Drop, and I'm also on Robear. So, here or there. If you want to find me, just message me. I'll let you know where I'm at this week. And I'll be making some appearances over on Winter's Tale coming up, I think this week. I am living on a day-to-day basis, so I need to double check that. But yes, it'll be amazing, and everybody loves AJ, so go and support her as well.
Yeah, we really missed her today. So I'm Ari. I make webcomics on Instagram, and you can follow my webcomic every Monday. It's about a witch and a dragon, and if you like also magic and zombies and demons, that should be right up your alley. Can't wait to see you there.
And hi guys, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face, and you can find it here a number of times during the week, playing games and hanging out with very, very cool and wonderful people that I have the absolute pleasure of getting to play with, including, of course, these wonderful people here are a number of Patreon games which we run, as well as we are currently running our showstopper, Sirens and Silver, which is our pirate-themed adventure featuring Robert Hartley, GM, Janet from World Anvil, Patrick Keefe, and, of course, the incredible and wonderful dreaded GM himself. Those are on Friday fortnightly, so this is a game week this week, so be sure to check it out. In addition, talking about AJ, I will be on AJ's Corner tomorrow at 9 p.m. Australian Western Standard Time, which was, I want to say, like 3.5 hours ago, if my math is correct. Yes, 3.5 hours ago, where we're going to be talking world building, hanging out, and I'll be sharing a lot of secrets, so come tune in for that. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think I am. I think I'm good. I always tend to forget stuff. But yeah, that's me. Take it away, Jared.
Thank you. And I'm the GM Jared. You can find me on when I stream every other Wednesday, but we have a podcast that comes out every Monday. So if you're trying to catch up, we are playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Currently, we're playing Wrath of the Righteous with some really righteous players. You see what I did there? I'm amazing. You should totally check me out. But the easiest way to find my stuff is through my webpage created by the amazing Tina, who is my Dwarven Inquisitor in my game. So it's nvngpodcast.com. So check it out. Thank you so much for that. And I'm going to toss it back to Michael because he likes to really support the other streamers out here. So we're going to probably raid someone. So stick around.
Absolutely. So we are going to go and raid our dear friend Mindari, who is a friend of the channel who we've worked with a couple of times now. We were on their birthday stream, we did some trivia stuff, and we also did a kind of a D&D themed version of Family Feud, which was absolutely hilarious. So check her out. She does an amazing amount of world building, character building, artwork streams. I think right now she's doing some assets for maps and things that she's setting up. So we're gonna go and raid her and share some love. So thank you once again to my wonderful cast, to my wonderful players. We will see you guys next week for the final episode of Rise of the Runelords for the year. So be sure to check that out. It should be a showstopper, and then of course we'll see you guys, and hope you guys have a wonderful and safe week, whatever that might look like. Always remember, guys, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, always take time for yourself. Always take the moment to look at the inside, the little version of yourself, and see if they're okay. Just check in. Just, this time of year is hectic for a lot of people, and I want to make sure that everyone is going to be here, happy and healthy in the new year as well. So, from me to you, and from us, as always, game hard or die trying. Bye, everyone!